Attention overseas farm work applicants. The Ministry of Labour and Social Security does not charge fees for recruitment or placement for any of the overseas opportunities. If anyone asks you to pay for documents, cards or processing, it is not the ministry's process. You are being misled.
We will never say to you beforehand that you should provide us with documentation and expenses for you to be able to get a card. That's not the ministry's process. It will never be. So once you see or hear of that kind of interaction, you know that you're going down the wrong path. So you have to be very careful.
To confirm authorized recruiters, check the ministry's website or call the ministry directly for verification. Stay informed, stay safe, don't be misled. Farm work applications are free.
A different kind of opening for the show and a very important message to get across. Welcome to today's edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Coming up, a closer look at the new social housing program, as now over 314 units have been delivered since 2018. Plus, a reflection on our rich musical culture as we celebrate Reggae Month. There's much more, so let's begin.
Let us resolve our family disputes peacefully. A family is a circle of love, support, and strength. Violence has no place.
Good day, I'm Lisa Rowan. This is your JIS News for Thursday, February 5, 2026. The House of Representatives has passed legislation to strengthen Jamaica's cybercrime framework, giving law enforcement stronger tools and boosting protection, especially for children. Minister with responsibility for science, technology and special projects, Dr. Andrew Wheatley, closed the debate on the Cybercrimes Amendment Act in the lower house on Tuesday. He addressed concerns that the bill does not specifically reference artificial intelligence.
We have to be very real how we deal with issues like this, because the House must recognize that the Cybercrimes Act is technologically neutral. That neutrality, Madam Speaker, is very much intentional. It allows prosecution of offences under the Act irrespective of the technology used, the platform involved, or the method of manipulation.
The minister says the government has already signaled its intention to develop a national AI policy. He points out that the National AI Task Force has also been reappointed to review Jamaica's legal and regulatory framework and recommend new laws or further amendments if needed.
The absence of a specific reference to AI, Madam Speaker, is therefore not fatal. What matters is whether the required elements of the offence are present, whether an intimate image is created or generated, and whether relevant fraudulent manipulation of data has occurred through input, alteration, deletion, suppression, or other means contemplated by the Act.
The Cybercrimes Amendment Act will now be sent to the Senate for approval. Following the legislation's passage, the government will roll out a public education and awareness program. Also coming out of Parliament this week, legislation has been approved to increase the stipend paid to jurors. The amendments to the Jury Act proposes to increase the daily subsidy from $2,000 to $6,000. It also calls for allowing persons who are called to jury duty but not empaneled to receive the subsidy. Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs Delroy Chuck, who piloted the amendments, says the long-awaited increase should not be delayed by issues surrounding jury tampering. He therefore withdrew the section of the bill dealing with jury tampering.
It still needs a bit of tweaking. So I've decided that we're only proceeding with the increase in the fees, and at the Joint Select Committee on the Jury Act, I would like the first order of business to deal with jury tampering.
Tuesday's development comes nearly 2 years after Minister Chuck announced a 200% increase in jury stipends. The increase is expected to serve as incentive for Jamaicans to answer the call to serve on juries, one of the benchmarks of the country's justice system. The bill passed with 8 amendments and will now go to the Senate for approval. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says Jamaica's intent to partner for a subsea cable network places the government in a position to strategically shape the telecoms market. At the signing with Transamerica's fiber system on Tuesday, Dr. Holness said this would enable lower prices and increase accessibility for the average citizen.
What we have done is to de-risk the investment and to ensure that we have put in enough redundancies in the system and diversification of cables such that there is competition. So that's the shape of the market now, a market that is diversified and competitive, which will result in lower prices for you, the consumers.
The subsea cable project is designed to strengthen digital infrastructure across the Caribbean, Central America, and Colombia. It provides high-speed, reliable connectivity with a dedicated branch connecting Jamaica. The World Bank Group has endorsed Jamaica's engagement in Seabed cable as an investment that will attract new industries and businesses.
Projects such as the Subsea Cable Initiative reinforce Jamaica's effectiveness by strengthening the country's digital foundation and enhancing its attractiveness to technology-driven industries, regional service providers, and global companies seeking reliable connectivity. From an investor perspective, the project signals Jamaica's seriousness about long-term infrastructure planning and about creating well-governed investment frameworks. This will make Jamaica an even more attractive destination for global and regional investors and create new economic opportunities for Jamaicans.
Agricultural education at Manchester High and Homewood Technical High School are set for a major upgrade following the donation of vertical hydroponic towers and goat houses by the Ministry of Agriculture. The donation is aimed at strengthening food security and innovation, as well as youth engagement in the sector. The water-efficient hydroponic towers use up to 95% less water than traditional farming methods and are designed for year-round production of crops such as lettuce, herbs, peppers, and tomatoes, even in space-limited environments. Agriculture State Minister Franklin Witter says the initiative underscores the government's commitment to transforming agriculture by integrating education, technology, and production.
We are here today to expose the students and the younger persons to new agricultural practices. It is not just about growing food. It is about empowering households and schools, strengthening communities, and creating economic opportunities. By equipping families and students with the knowledge, skills, and tools to grow their own vegetables and herbs, we will help reduce dependence on imported produce, lower household costs, reduce school nutrition costs, and promote healthier diets.
The handover ceremony was held at Manchester High School recently. And finally, Jamaica's bobsleigh team is to receive $2.16 million in government support as members prepare for the 2026 Winter Olympic Games. The Games will be held in Italy from February 6 to 22. Sports Minister Olivia Grange revealed the support in late January as she addressed the Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission JADCO's annual symposium.
So they've earned their share of the funds that we have available for those who qualify. And of course, in addition to financial assistance, we have the athletes insurance plan in which they participate. And my ministry's support of this team has always included helping to facilitate and chronicle their journey over the last few years.
In the meantime, Minister Grange is urging stakeholders in the sporting sector to take collective responsibility for clean sport.
We must agree as a nation that when we uphold clean sport, we are safeguarding our global reputation. We are safeguarding our rich legacy and strengthening the foundation on which our athletic prowess has been built.
She also announced plans to update Jamaica's anti-doping legislation to align with the new WADA code, which takes effect on January 1, 2027. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lisa Rowe. Thanks for watching.
every student attending Heart and Estate Trust under the New Care Initiative will get $15,000 each month to help cover their travel expenses to the Heart School they're attending and get an extra $13,000 each week while they're training.
The proceeding was brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister.
The government has delivered 314 units under the new social housing program. These have benefited 1,135 individuals across 57 constituencies. Another 88 projects are under construction, with 57 to start in this fiscal year. Let's see the reaction from some of the beneficiaries and learn more about the program.
Going in a perfect home.
The old one is nice and tall. You know what, the other day when I got the key, I came in here and I prayed 3 times a day. Give the Almighty thanks for allowing me to have something like this.
Miss Chisholm is among several Jamaicans benefiting from the new social housing program NSHP that's dedicated to elevating the living conditions of the country's poor and disadvantaged population. It's a strategic program by the government to broaden opportunities for housing solutions and ownership among this group.
Our target is 6,000 of these houses. We believe that if we were to build 6,000 social housing units in Jamaica, we could make a significant impact on the number of persons who are living in the worst substandard conditions.
The program falls under the Social Inclusion Governance Model, and implementation of the NSHP started in 2018 by Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness. The program provides not just quality, affordable and sustainable housing, but overall improved living conditions.
What the government has done is to set the highest standards for social housing. And when you look at this house, you can see that it is well constructed. It will stand up to almost any storm. And we expect that to be the case because it's a fully concrete structure. Built to last.
Through the NSHP, the beneficiaries are enjoying the security of a safe, decent place within which to take shelter.
I'll be feeling much better, having a nice sleep and everything like that.
I'm feeling so, words fail to express my gratitude.
Oh. I thank each and every single one that helps me that I can live freely in my home.
Where we're living, we can't even move in the room properly. We'll bounce up. If the light is gone, we have to stay put because we have no way. It's a small place. When the time gets cold, my son will get sick. If the rain falls, the rain will come in and it's just all over. He was sick like for months, can't go to school. Now my kids, they're all happy with my daughter going to post-farm. It's CXC time. Trust me, she have a comfortable place to study. A well-needed house. Thank you so much.
Every Jamaican should have access to a good standard of shelter. They should have protection from the element. It should be a place of refuge and security, a place where they can live comfortably and raise their family.
Another benefit of the new social housing program is the pride that comes with fulfilling a lifelong, sometimes intergenerational goal.
This is going to break intergenerational poverty. This is an asset that your children can inherit.
Oh my goodness, gratitude is a must!
I can't even explain myself right
You don't
right
need to.
now.
Your smile does it all.
To all the persons who is a part of the new social housing program that made today possible, we want to say thank you very much. We really appreciate what you have done for our family. Thank you very much.
This is a very emotional moment, and I can see that your daughter is overcome, and indeed the entire family, and indeed everyone here who is participating in this ceremony. We at the the new social housing program, we are very pleased to be able to make a transformational difference in your life, and that's what the program is about. Social housing is an important part of what we call the social safety net. It is the establishment of a standard below which no Jamaican citizen should live.
The program is funded by the Government of Jamaica and administered through the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. Applicants and beneficiaries are pulled from all 63 constituencies.
The applications, well, recommendations come to us from the various members of parliament. We do an assessment on the ground. We interview the prospective applicants, and the assessment includes the engineer's report and also the social report, and ensure that the beneficiary meets the criteria that has been set.
The report then goes to a multi-sectoral committee for review and approval. Those that are approved go on to the procurement process for bidding by contractors, then to the procurement committee for review after being shortlisted, then final approval for construction to begin.
Thank God, I feel many times better in life. I overjoy because I never knew I would live in a concrete structure with a deck top over my head.
The government is convinced that if the country is to achieve its 2030 goal of developed nation status, it needs to cater to the interest of persons from all social classes, especially the vulnerable. The mission is ensuring that programs and policies are in place to protect the poor and the marginalized, and that all citizens have the opportunity to influence development and governance at the local and national level.
We go through any terrain, any weather, climb up any hill, make our way down into any valley to deliver the houses. We build houses all over Jamaica in all conditions, and it is all for the benefit of the people of Jamaica.
I think that is good. Plenty of Jamaica people really need counseling, may I tell you.
Getting an idea from someone else or someone to share your feelings with, it might just help you to clear your mind and think more better.
If persons need therapy, I think they should get it. At the end of the day, mental health is key.
I think maybe it's just childhood, I don't know how to say it, trauma that it didn't get to resolve.
It's a good thought. You need help. Because some of the people them sick in them brains and we have to work on them whole soul and mind.
Yes, right, it's good when you go to counseling because sometimes you have some problem but you get counseling more, you know? You take it on the other side.
Yeah, it's out the road, you say.
Really helpful, to be honest, because most persons can deal with them situation by themselves and a lot of persons overthink, you know. Yeah, so 100% support it.
Mental health, you have to take care of it.
If most people did seek counseling, the murder rate wouldn't be what it is today in Jamaica.
the indiscipline would not be where it is in Jamaica. So I think there is a great vacuum, a great space for counseling for people in Jamaica, so we can uplift ourselves to be a better Jamaica tomorrow.
Young Jamaicans up to 35, your government will reserve up to 10% of NHT housing solutions over the next 5 years just for you with 100% financing up to 15 million Jamaican dollars. This is how we are empowering and breaking the cycle of poverty meaningfully. Your government is caring for you.
The proceeding was brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister.
It's Reggae Month, and today we're highlighting one of our icons and his journey to the top of his career.
I see myself as the voice of the people without voice.
Change your ways now, young juvenile, change your ways. Whoa, it better be today, go change your ways. Some type of liberty, it not gonna wait. No.
Richie Spice heralds himself as a catalyst for change for the voiceless. But first, he had to find his own voice. One of 11 children, that was not always easy to do. So, he did what most younger children do, follow in the pathways fashioned by their older siblings. Born in the community of Rockall, St. Andrew, the singer is the younger brother to Pliers of the duo Shakademus and Pliers.
I know this little girl, her name is Maxine. Her beauty's like a bunch of roses.
As well as the chill singer, Spanner Banner.
If there's trouble at home, and you can't take the pain, boy, baby, come chill with me.
And I sit and watch them play the music over the years, and it has inspired, and then it becomes a part of me.
Richie remembers the trials he endured as an aspiring musician.
We went to studio, we which mean we went to record and, producer send you back, you're frustrated, you sleep overnight at studio.
There were a lot of ups and downs, but...
One day, my brother Spanner Banner brought me to Tough Gang studio, and I met this gentleman by the name of Clive Hunt. He was working there with a next virgin by the name of Computer Paul, playing a rhythm, but I was just there at the time, but I wasn't the one who was supposed to. The time wasn't for me, it was for our next artist, but the next artist never showed up at the time.
His brother told him to go into the studio booth and sing. That was when he belted out a song called
Groovin' My Girl.
Groovin' my girl, whoa, I can see the angel in your eyes.
Groovin' My Girl now was a song which mean, whenever time I used to go to studio, I didn't have to say, oh, my brother is Pliers and bigger brother is Spanner Banner. Groovin' My Girl is a song that give me a run, which mean I could say, go to a producer and say, I did this song, and say, oh yeah.
And while Jamaica was grooving, the international reggae scene was waiting.
Watch those places you walk and mind the way you talk. Watch out for the vampires who will sneak up in the dark. Watch out for the big time thief who claim say that them smart. But I bring in the crack and the gun for come mess up the youths them heart.
Earth Around Red is a song which mean, catapult and a more international vibration, while linking up with Fifth Element and Tyrion, get a little management behind and a little strength. It catapult a little farther in the music industry. Yeah?
They say that imitation is a form of flattery, and Richie is an example in this regard.
Everybody starts from somewhere. If you check the artists, most artists pattern somebody before them find them true inner self. When them find them true inner self now, then you find that them come out and express themselves, express them true self.
Incidentally, the younger brother is enjoying more musical success than his brothers in whose footsteps he followed.
Life is a gamble, but it's a game I wanna play with you. Yeah. I know it's a gamble, but I know I won't lose my life.
recounts that his other influences grew from the interest of another brother who worked at a radio station back in the day.
He normally bring home used to have a turntable. Sunday morning, he normally play the songs like the LP them and the 45 and things. You know, normally play people like Bob Marley, Burning Spear, the Gregory Isaac, you talk about Sweet Sweet Cocotte, but Beresford Man, those type of people. So we grow under the influence of those music. Those music grows up as a child coming up, yeah? And we keep it up until today.
Once upon a time when the kids need to play, they used to go to the park. Why? Mom always says, son, go take up a book. Now they say, take up your tablet.
Reggae music often serves as a voice for the oppressed and a catalyst for change. This symbolic gesture can be found in the brown-skinned artist's work.
Whatever we write and put out there, you know, that the younger generation going to listen still, you know, and we'll keep it that way and keep it on a moderate vibration, which means, you know, acceptable to the world.
And how does he feel about the non-Jamaicans partaking in the music?
Artists come here from Europe and you see a gentleman might rise and say, yes, why the music gone? The music not out Jamaica again. They done now. The music cannot leave Jamaica because Jamaica is the grassroots of reggae music as the tree, the birth. So it was birth here, man, so it cannot leave. And we're glad when the people then come and take a little piece of it and share it and go spread it bigger.
Richie admits he's been all over the globe and has seen how significant the musical reach of reggae is.
People who speak English, people who don't speak our language, Latin, whatever they speak, you know, I mean, people still understand, people sing with you word to word, you know, and show that they appreciate of the music and the appreciation of the whole vibration of the beat, yeah?
So, what's next for Richie Spice?
The journey continues.
Of course it does. The artist released his latest album in 2023 and is enjoying the success of his 14-track label.
Internet boys, internet girls, living in a digital world. Internet boys, internet girls, them call it the modern world.
Are you living on or in possession of family land? Do you want to sell or subdivide the property? Use eLand Jamaica to search for details on the property. You can complete a title search and verify the owner before you sell the property. If your name does not appear on the title, register the land or clarify the existing title in your name before you sell. A title is a notice to the world of your ownership of land. For more information, contact the National Land Agency at 876-750-5263 or 876-946-5263. The National Land Agency, one agency, one goal to serve you better.
This is where our journey ends, but only for today. Do join us again tomorrow for another informative program. In the meantime, stay connected via our website at jis.gov.jm. And while you're online, send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or via X at JIS News. You may also find us on all the major social media platforms and through our mobile app that's Android and iOS compatible. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.